If you are a service provider under GST, I'm sure that you have often wondered if there was an easier way out there to adhere to GST compliances. Maintaining books of accounts and filing the returns every month can be quite time consuming and expensive, especially if you are a small service provider. Well, the good news is that government has introduced composition scheme for service providers to reduce their compliance burden. In this video, we will decode the composition scheme for service providers along with the eligibility conditions, rate of tax, how to register, compliances to be fulfilled, and many more. Hello and welcome. I'm Annapurna from Clear, from the makers of Clear Tax. It is India's largest tax and financial services platform. Clear serves more than 3,000 large enterprises and more than 4 lakh growing businesses. If you would like to get clear explanations of updates relating to GST, e-invoicing, e-way bills and much more, then please do subscribe to our channel. The composition scheme for service providers is a special scheme under GST. It gives service providers having an aggregate annual turnover of up to Rs 50 lakh an option to register under the scheme and pay tax at a nominal rate. For calculation of aggregate annual turnover, value of supply of exempt services by way of extending of deposits, loans or advances where income is represented by way of interest or discount shall not be taken into account. The following persons can opt into composition scheme: a supplier of services only, that is pure service providers, then a supplier of goods and services, that is those suppliers who were previously not eligible for the composition scheme under section 10. For example, suppliers of goods and restaurant service providers are eligible to register under regular composition scheme. Hence, they do not opt into the special scheme for service providers. So let's take a look at the eligibility to opt into this composition scheme for service providers. There are 10 conditions to be fulfilled by a service provider before they can opt into the composition scheme made for service providers. They are: the supplier must have turnover not exceeding Rs 50 lakh in the previous financial year. The supplier should not be supplying non-taxable goods. The supplier should not be engaged in making interstate supplies. The supplier should not supply through an e-commerce operator. The supplier should not be a casual taxable person or a non-resident taxable person. The supplier must issue a bill of supply instead of tax invoice with the words composition taxable person mentioned on it. The supplier cannot charge and collect tax from customer. Supplier cannot claim input tax credit under GST. The supplier must pay tax at regular rates for reverse charge supplies. The supplier cannot be supplying ice cream and other edible ice, pan masala, tobacco and manufactured tobacco substitutes, and bricks or earthen and roofing tiles. Next, let me tell you about the rate of tax applicable to service providers who have registered themselves under this composition scheme. But before I can proceed, let me quickly remind you to type in your GST queries in the comment section of this video. Our experts will answer them for you. For composition service providers, there is a special GST rate applicable of 6%, that includes 3% of CGST and 3% of SGST. A supplier wishing to opt into composition scheme for a financial year will need to do so by 31st March of the previous financial year. For instance, 31st March 2022 was the deadline for opting into composition scheme for financial year 2022-23. The steps to opt into composition scheme on the GST portal is using Form CMP02 is as follows. Step 1. Log into GST portal with your user ID and password. Step 2. Go to Services, then Registration, then click on Application to opt for composition levy. Step 3. On the Application to opt for composition scheme page, the details of your business will be auto-populated. Select the category of registered person as applicable. After you read through the details, check the composition declaration and verification checkboxes. Step 4. Select the name of authorized signatory from the drop-down. Also type the place and click on Save. Step 5. Submit your application through DSC, EVC or e-signature as applicable. Step 6. A pop-up will open containing a warning message. Read through the same and click on Proceed. Once the application is submitted, a success message will be displayed. An acknowledgement will also be sent to your registered email ID and mobile number. Service providers who have opted into the composition scheme are required to file a quarterly statement cum challan in the form CMP08. This includes tax payment for the quarter. 1 annual return in form GSTR4. Clear GST is India's most trusted GST software and offers users so many exclusive features that assure 100% accurate GST return filing. With Clear Tax GST, you can connect with hundreds of ERPs and import data error-free, file all returns from GSTR1 to GSTR9C and many more made at least 3 times faster, match 6,000 invoices in less than a minute and detect 100% tax credits with AI-powered matching. Get 2 to 7% tax savings with smart reconciliation and reports. Get multiple validations done at every step, reviewed by over 60 tax experts, and choose from a variety of smart analytic reports available on tap and much more. If you would like to get demo of Clear GST filing software to understand how you can file error-free GST returns, please click on the link given in the video description and enter your contact details. One of our product experts will get in touch with you to schedule a demo at your convenience. We have now come to the end of this video. I hope you found the video useful, and if you did, please subscribe to our channel and support us. Also, please don't forget to click on the link given in the video description to explore Clear GST solution for a quick and an error-free GST return filing experience. Thank you.